I wanted to share some hints and tips that will make you more efficient with your coding. And there's a really good reason that you should want to be more efficient with your coding. The reason why is because right now you're trying to learn new things. And the problem is that if you are not very efficient with how you write code, then it will take you longer to learn the new things. The more efficient you are, the faster you can learn. So, couple of tricks here really quick. We're going to start off with one that I call indenting and unindenting. So what is an indent? This code here, if you take a look in line 36, that code is not indented. The left side of the line is far to the left on the screen as you can possibly go. The next line, 37, is indented. If I hit the backspace key, I unindent it, and if I hit the tab key, I indent it again. Now, it turns out that it's really important to be able to indent your code when you are working with functions and a variety of other programming commands, like if statements and for loops. All kinds of things require indentation. So, anyways, if you need to what'll happen is from time to time, students will write some code and I will recognize that it is not indented properly. In fact, I'll demonstrate for you. Look at lines 37 through all the way down through 50. Okay, all of that code needs to be indented exactly as it is in order for it to be a part of the function called final scoreboard. Okay, so let's say though that you wrote this code and it was accidentally, you forgot to do the indentation. And now you've got all these lines of code and you'd like to indent them. Well, it would be a real hassle if you had to go through one by one and get the indentations. The other problem is that notice that there's a different level of indentation for each one of these lines. Some of them are indented 1 and some of them are indented 2. And it'd be really easy to accidentally leave some of them indented the wrong amount. So here's a trick for you. What you can do is if you, first I'm going to unindent all of this, and then I'll tell you how I did it in just a second. But the trick is this. If you just highlight the lines of code that you would like to indent, you don't even have to highlight them starting at the beginning. You don't have to waste your time trying to get right to the beginning of all these. Just anywhere in the starting line and the ending line, highlight that code. You can either do it with your mouse or you can do it by holding the shift key and then hit the down arrow on your keyboard. As long as for all the lines that are highlighted, if you now hit the tab key one time, everything gets indented by 1. And you'll notice that you preserve all of the previous indents. So you don't have to worry about whether or not this line's supposed to be indented or that line is. You've preserved it all. So you want one indent for multiple lines of code, simply highlight all those lines and then hit the tab key once. Similar thing with unindenting. Let's say you discover that you have too much of an indent and you want to get rid of it. You can go ahead and highlight the lines of code that you're interested in and then hold the shift key down and then hit tab and automatically all of those lines get unindented. Yay! This is a super useful skill to have. I'm going to go ahead and re-indent these guys because in order to work properly, that's the proper indentation. Okay, what else? If you need to move lines, you can cut them. You may already know how to copy and paste, but I would like to explain to you how to cut and then paste. See, if you need to move lines of code, it's much more efficient to cut them than it is to copy them. If I was to, and by the way, I know I talked about this in another video, but it never hurts repeating because this is so useful. It'll save you so much time. Spend some time to really nail this down now. Let's say that I wanted all of this code to be moved up above the line 37. Okay, what I could do is I could go and highlight the code and then do Control-C to copy and then go up here to the end of line 36 and hit enter and then backspace, and then Control V to paste. Okay, so yay, I moved all the code, but I didn't really move it because it's still down here. So now I got to go back and highlight this and then hit delete. Okay, so that's extra steps that are unnecessary. I'm going to go ahead and undo all of that by using Control Z. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Oh, actually, that was it. Okay, so let me go ahead and re-indent this code. And now let me show you how I could easily move this code up here just by cutting. Instead of doing Control C after I highlight all the lines I'm interested in, I can do Control X, and that cuts the stuff. And then I can go to the end of line 36 and hit Enter and backspace. And now I can paste, and I don't have to go back and delete the stuff that I previously copied because I cut it instead of copying it. So again, for those of you who are wondering what was the magic word, instead of Control C and Control V, I did Control X and Control V. Control X is a common way of copying in many programs. Okay, what else? I wanted to show you another little trick. Let's say there was some code that I just didn't want to run, but I didn't want to delete it. There's a trick we can use. Up here, there is a toolbar of things that we can do with while we're coding in CMU. And one of the things is called toggle comment. If I highlight some code, and again, I think I can do just a partial highlight. I don't think I need to do at the beginning of every line. And then click on this button that says toggle comment. It automatically adds hashtags to all those lines of code. And that means that code will not run. And that is a great technique to use when you are troubleshooting. The best idea when you're troubleshooting your code is to take away some of the code that you wrote until you can find where the error is. Okay, so if I want to get rid of those, let's say that I found out that the error is someplace else and I want this code to come back. Now, again, I just highlight the lines of code where I want to get rid of the hashtags and come up here to the toolbar and click on toggle comment. And magically, all the hashtags are gone. Yay. Okay. Let's see here. There's another trick that I wanted to show you, and it is find and replace. This is super handy if you are if you're writing code, but also if you're just using Microsoft Word or Google Docs. It is really handy to learn how to do find and replace. Now, up here in the toolbar, there is a little magnifying glass, and if I click on it, I get a search for option, but I also get a replace with option. So in this code, I have a whole bunch of, I have home score label and away score label, and I have home score and away score. And what happened was down here, I accidentally wrote, I wrote home score without the label and away score without the label, and away score without the label, and home score without the label. Now, let's assume that I did this many, many times throughout my code. It'd be a real hassle to go and change every instance. And again, it's prone to error if I went through and changed every individual instance, because it's possible I might miss a few. So anyways, what we're going to do is I'm going to go just above where I want, I'm going to go ahead and fix up these home scores and make them home score labels, because I need a label in order to set the color fill. So I'm going to go click on the Find button, and I'm going to search for home score. And you can see as I type it, it automatically highlighted the first instance after where my cursor was. And then I'm going to say replace with home score label. Now, it says that there's, I guess there's 7 of these instances, and I could go and replace all, but I don't want to, because then it's gonna break some of them that are already set up correctly. So instead, what I'm going to do is, since it's highlighting the first one that I'd like to fix, I'm just going to click replace. But notice what happens. After I click replace, it'll automatically find the next instance of HomeScore. And when it does, and by the way, see how it changed it from HomeScore to HomeScore label? Now I can fix the next HomeScore after that one. Let's see here. Let's go back and let's find the next one and then hit replace. And if I'm really confident that I do want to change every instance throughout all my code, I could just click all and do it all at once. I just caution you, be careful about doing that. In this case, there is actually instances of HomeScore label and HomeScore. And like this one, I don't want to change to HomeScore label. And here, it's already got HomeScore label. So I caution you that if you try using find and replace, use it cautiously. The first few times you use it, experiment with it by going through one by one through all the instances that it finds, and maybe replace one thing at a time and just make sure it works before you go for it. Okay, we're about 11 minutes in, and that was the main thing that I wanted to show you. I mean, those were the main things I wanted to show you. I think I got it covered. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you have questions.